All right, welcome back to Division I Rejects, episode 65. Gentlemen, we've got a, why you take the slippers off, man? We had a little bit of a slipper competition going on here in the studio to start this one.
Hell no, man. We can't have no competition.
No competition. Show them real quick.
Man, shorty. You know what I'm saying?
Give your pitch. What you walking right now?
I don't know.
You going awful quiet, bro.
Know what I'm saying? Cause you talking about a slipper competition. If it was gonna be that, I'd wear my other one's next podcast.
All right. I'm gonna hold you to it then.
I'm gonna come here sauced up with slippers on.
I'd like to state something. These slippers symbolize just smiling. There's no need for competition right now. Just smiling. We're just gonna smile and be cool.
No, I ain't cool. Kobe just tried to put me on the spot.
That's all right. It's all right.
That was funny. Welcome back to Division I Rejects. This is episode number 65, coming to you July 11th. Today is a Monday night. We've got some different news tonight, fellas. Good news. Hey, news is news. We're going to talk about it, talk the hell out of it. Joining us tonight, Daniel Babcock, the man on the couch.
Welcome.
Dan.
Welcome,
hey, Dan.
Daniel. Yeah.
Good to have you, Dan.
Yeah.
Good to have you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Of course, sorry, the audience was getting a little rowdy there. Had to make sure they weren't too rowdy, man.
Yeah,
excited
you,
to get you on, Dan.
It's great to be on here.
Coming up, new freshman in the 2026 class at Northern here, right?
2026.
Yeah. So stoked to have you on. Lake Orion grad. Shout out LO Dragons. I know
Shout out the
Blackstock listens to the
Dragons.
pod still.
The Dragons.
Absolute dog.
Same with Coach Burden.
Yeah, that's
Yep,
true. Burden
yep.
is a big proponent of the D1 Reject. Shout out to those two guys. Big supporters, but otherwise, fellas, our interesting news of the night, Zach Wilson. He's going to be heading into what we are calling the City Boys season. I really think that's what it's going to be for Zach. He's had, I don't even know, like, it's not even like NFL football type drama. This belongs in like Daily Mail and TMZ. This type of stuff we're going to talk about. I'll give you a little bit of a preview, probably hop into it here pretty soon. Basically, dude's roommate / ex-best friend is now with his ex-girlfriend, and now a certain mom's friend is into the pit. Man,
He's in the gauntlet.
it's been a reality TV show the last like 3 days, like as far as this has been uncovered.
It's unbelievable.
I don't even know what to think of it.
You can't really. I mean, guess you can't make it up. We don't know if
You
these are all
could,
true or not.
you would just need a really creative mind.
Yeah.
And people do. People got them. In other more legitimate, not to illegitimize that news, Heinz Field, like we were just talking about before we started recording, they are getting a new name in Pittsburgh. And Jimmy, you said it. People are gonna be pissed.
SMH, bro. SMH, bro.
Heinz, obviously being a Pittsburgh native, like a local company, I should say. They've been around since 2001, I believe was the stat. So they've been around for the better half of over 20 years now, and 2 Super Bowls under that name, and a lot of playoff runs, a lot of storied history. That's something, man. That sucks. It really sucks. We'll talk about that new name too. It's a tough one to pronounce too. It does not roll off the tongue.
What is it again?
We're gonna go get to it. I don't even have it pulled up. I don't even have it pulled up in front of me
okay.
right now. But we'll talk about Heinz Field getting their new name. Otherwise, on the college side of things, we've got a big time commitment out of a Detroit native, out of Detroit Martin Luther King High School. Dante Moore. He's a 5-star quarterback down there in Detroit. I've had the chance to see him play in a few state championship games. Dan, I know that you've been probably tuned into his career more than I have.
I've been looking at him a little bit, and definitely one of the best players that I've ever seen. So
He's that good, right?
He is very legit, and I figured he would have gone to Michigan. I originally thought he was going to go to Notre Dame, but then obviously C.J. Carr out of Saline committed there, so I thought he was going to Michigan. A little surprised by him committing all the way on the west coast of Oregon.
That is big. And we'll talk about that too, because the Pac-12 right now, not in a good spot. We just talked about UCLA, USC making that move over to the Big Ten. We have more news on that front as far as developments in that area. And I didn't realize the other kid, he's from Saline. That's Michigan Saline that I'm thinking of?
Yep.
So 2 big-time quarterbacks coming out of this area, and he's going to Notre Dame.
Yeah, C.J. Carr, Lloyd Carr, former Michigan head coach's grandson.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Why did I not know that?
And
All right, let's talk about that a little bit. I did not know that.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 star, I think.
Yeah.
To Notre Dame just recently.
That's big time. Now, Dante Moore is the number 2 ranked quarterback in his class for the 2020. He's a class below you? Or he's
He's 2023.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
He's in Arch Manning's class.
That's right. Arch Manning. Now, Arch Manning, we already obviously talked about him. He's going to be a Longhorn. And otherwise, like I said, we're going to have more news on that USC-UCLA move to the Big Ten towards the end of the podcast. Otherwise, though, and I don't know if we want to lead with this. Let's go Zach Wilson first, but we'll have a stat of the day for you. We're going to start mixing in some new stuff, little weird stats. Dan, you brought up one. I don't know if are you using the Mariners one today?
I think I'm gonna skip on that.
You're gonna skip on it?
Oh, come on.
Well, we need it
Have
now.
some
You gotta
balls.
say it now.
Have some balls.
So
Give me this stat right now.
I told him have some balls.
I kind of ruined it. Sorry. Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
So I asked Kobe before the episode if it was just related to football, and he said yes. So I figured I couldn't bring it up, but now
No, we're making an exception to that rule. It can be whatever
Since
sports
you're making
related.
an exception, I just saw recently the Seattle Mariners of the MLB have more ruptured testicles than playoff appearances since like 1980.
That's bizarre.
How?
That's bizarre.
How does that even happen? And who's tracking that? I mean, I guess like if somebody ruptures a testicle, that's not something you forget very easily, right, on a team.
But then someone
But you
else
gotta
did
think
it too,
about it,
'cause
though.
they
You
made
gotta think about it,
once.
though.
Like,
You would. You have to be like, damn.
It's not the same
how many-
trainer from 1980.
True, actually.
So
That's
it's like,
true.
hey, remember when Jeff Ohama tore his nuts in 1999?
Oh man.
I remember when Jeff Ohama Jr. tore his nuts in 07.
You know, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. But as always, you can watch this episode on YouTube if you're not already. Don't forget about the timestamps on the bottom of the video. Fast forward to, if you want to get right into that Zach Wilson drama, go right there. Slide along till it says that. Otherwise, you can listen pretty much anywhere, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it. You can also watch the video version of the podcast on Spotify. So if you're listening right now, turn your phone on. Maybe put the phone sideways, get the whole view of the studio set up. And otherwise, follow us on Twitter at D1_Rejects, Instagram at Division 1 Rejects to see highlights from the show. Fellas, we're going to get right into it. Zach Wilson and his girl problems. Ex-girlfriend, Abby Giel. Do we know how to pronounce it? It's Gile. Does anyone have any clue?
Yeah,
You know what?
God bless her.
It's Gile. No, don't say that. Why you
God
gotta
damn her.
There we go. That's better. That's better. I'm not even going to give her the respect of pronouncing your name right. I'm going to pronounce it differently every time I say it. How about that? Anyways, the ex-girlfriend, Abby Giel, is dating one of Wilson's former teammates, but it's not just any former teammate. These guys were best friends. They were roommates in college at BYU. Dax Milne. And
He was raw.
Yeah, he's on the roster, I believe, for the Commanders right now. So he's getting a shot at the NFL too. Something else, man. I don't know. And like you're talking about like this girl, like him and Zach, or her and Zach. Wow. Her and Zach were high school sweethearts. She was at the draft with him.
Yep.
And then they had just broken up like very recently. His boy goes on to post. Yes, in January. And his boy goes on to post a picture on the beach. Like, I forget, there was some caption that was like kind of stupid. But he posted a picture on the beach with the two of them. And like literally, bro, didn't show her face on these pictures. Like you're trying to be sly. Like you don't have a million detectives. You got the whole FBI on Instagram, like a bunch of other females about to find out who this girl is, right? Like that happens for sure. You thought you could hide her identity?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's not happening. Especially, this is the guys in the NFL. He probably has a bunch of girls that are like, you know what I mean? Like whatever.
True, yeah, like they're trying to snoop on his business.
And you know how like, you know, girls are like really into Instagram and they're going to like try to like find out who this girl is. Like as you were saying, they're the FBI, you know what I mean? So,
So now the feud moves to Instagram, right? Because Giel, whatever the hell her name is, her Instagram was getting bombarded with all these comments, and like all of them being like homie hopper was the one that was like kept getting thrown in her comments. And she hadn't made any posts, but people were just going to her page and just blowing her shit up. And she claps back, and this is what she says about Wilson. She claimed that Wilson was sleeping with his mom's best friend at some point during their relationship. And called him, quote, the real homie hopper. Dog. What?
mic drop.
What? See, you would think that everyone would be like, wow, Zach, like, you really messed up. Like, you gotta, that's on you. You open up Twitter, everything is like, Zach got that dog in him.
It's City Boy
Zach's got that dog in him. Everyone's like, I'm a real Jets fan now.
Because that's like everyone's dream. Especially if she was like really hot. Like think about it like that. Like think about it from his perspective. Like come on.
Listen to Jim. I love it.
Tell me I'm lying though.
All his teammates like keep reposting the T.O. meme.
Yeah.
Talking about that's my quarterback.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And there were some really good reactions.
You
to
watch
this.
The Boys?
The Boys?
Yeah.
No.
You watch The Boys?
Nah, I haven't yet. I was playing.
You watch The Boys? All right. I'll keep it to myself.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. That's all.
Cougar Nation.
All right, we've got one of the reactions here. This is from the Jet Press.
Oh,
And it
that's
says,
great.
Zach Wilson has always been about that Cougar life. obviously BYU, the Cougars, just is so poetic in this situation. I love that.
Funny. That is
I
so
love
funny.
that, dude.
That's so funny.
Like, that actually cracked me up. I got two or three other ones too that, like, today I'm just going through. Like, if you just type in Zach Wilson right now on Twitter, your feed has got some really, really good content. This is another really good one, bro. Oh my gosh. Brady on his way home after realizing Giselle is also a friend of Zach Wilson's mom.
Think about how salty the girl is, though.
Dude, she's gotta be.
Like, she thought that was going to, like, crucify
Here's
him.
the whole.
I'm pretty sure she deleted her
Here's the whole
Instagram.
clip right there. She did actually go on to delete her Instagram account.
Yeah.
Dan is right, dude.
Yeah.
That is like, that's the ultimate, like, I've been beaten.
You've
right?
lost. Yeah,
I've been
you've
beaten, which is
lost.
so ridiculous. But those ones are so good. I just realized I had the TV on. Sorry that the audio was coming through. But there was one, I think there was one or two more. Oh, dude, there's one from Ocho Cinco. Did you see this one? He keeps it pretty simple, but this one was also equally as hilarious.
Zach Wilson is the GOAT.
He tweeted that immediately after the story came out, and dog, that had me absolutely crying. Like, literally everyone seems to have taken his side in this situation, right? Which is so funny to me because I think a lot of people thought that, you know, that people. I mean, I'm sure people are like probably coming after him for being in the wrong. But dog, like, these are PMT's always good for. They're always good for a good meme on one of these.
There's a live cougar in the car. You got to drive with the fear.
That's awesome. But I just, dude, that's gonna be. I feel like going into camp too. I got to imagine something like that. As like maybe weird as it is as an NFL quarterback, like. As a teammate, you gotta like the guy after that.
Oh yeah,
right.
No,
I feel like
without question.
That's an easy icebreaker. He's been around for only one. This is going to the second year.
This is
this is the second year. So after his rookie year, so like, you know, maybe as a rookie, he was maybe a little more, you know, struggled to get a little more comfortable. Especially they didn't experience a lot of success. So I'd imagine the Jets locker room is gonna be pretty loose this fall. It's gotta be hilarious.
Yeah, you just found another Zach Wilson fan over here. Like, I wasn't like super butting into Zach Wilson last year. He made some nice plays, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm just a huge Zach Wilson guy now. Like, I have to be. Like, come on,
Dude.
I think Hard Knocks needs to be switched to the Jets now.
Hard Knocks to the Jets
maybe,
now.
like,
just for Zach.
maybe the in season will be the Jets or something.
That's true. We have to think about that.
Yeah.
Though. We have the in season like they had the Colts last year. So
Yeah.
no, if they switched it away from the Lions, I would actually throw a fit. That'd be unreal.
I'm very looking forward to seeing Dan Campbell.
Ty already knows, dude. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, Shirley not terrible, though.
Shut up.
Gonna be a lot of incomplete passes, fumbles. Jamal Williams, he gonna carry the whole
Most
season.
expensive offense in the NFL.
Jamal
They're going to show
Williams is
why.
hilarious, dude.
Oh, you said they're gonna show why?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're going to show why.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams will actually probably carry. Between him and MCDC quotes, they'll probably carry the show.
Yes.
There's a couple other good characters on the team, too. I don't want to discredit them, but Jamal is like, dude, Jamal is the best. He's
Yeah, he
awesome.
is.
When they mic him up,
That's it.
crazy.
They're just gonna give him all the. You know what I'm saying, they're gonna try to make it seem like the preseason games mean something. They're gonna be losing 40-0.
They do that every year, though, with the preseason games. Maybe not losing 40-0, but they do that every year with the preseason games. But the best thing about Hard Knocks, I've said this like time and time again, is that it makes you give a shit about the bubble guys. Otherwise, you would not really have a care in the world. But you get to know these guys' stories, get to know, and I'm sure they'll be like
guys like Dax Milne.
yeah, there's the good, yeah, oh Jesus, guys like Dax Milne, exactly, just trying to make their way on a roster, maybe make their way in into an ex's relationship or so ex best friend's relationship.
Let's take. Okay, so they always choose players who they choose to feature.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Who
Like
do we think?
story-wise,
Three
who's-
players that you feel like they're gonna feature.
well, Goff is a must. I mean,
Okay.
but I don't. But like. They've gone years without like really focusing on the quarterback. Like obviously he's talked about, but they don't like make a big deal out of it every year. I don't know if they will with Goff actually. Come to think of it, what do you think?
Jeff Okudah.
I think Okudah would be a great one. Come back from the Achilles, correct?
Yeah.
I think Okudah is an easy pick.
Jeff Okudah, Aiden Hutchinson to get an episode,
Yep.
and Jared Goff. They always get a quarterback episode.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with you.
And then they're gonna find
I
their bubble
think-
guys that they're gonna.
I think another good one that we'll definitely hear from is it Jerry Jacobs? What's his
Jerry
name?
Jacobs.
Jerry Jacobs, the DB.
Undrafted free agent last year. He was pretty solid.
Came in and made a lot of plays for
Yep.
them last year. And
Yep.
he also went down. Was it a season-ending injury with him?
Yeah, I think it was ACL.
I believe you're right. I think you're right. So him and Okudah. I think Okudah. You're right with him being our first-round draft pick a couple years ago. I think he'll definitely get a dedicated episode. But either way, dude, I'm pumped. Oh, Jesus. F-bombs. Hey, we're explicit podcast now. Explicit podcast
Parental
now.
advisory.
Yeah. I told you I file them under explicit now on the thing, so we can just roll with it.
I was like, he just blew my mind. I'm like, oh my God.
You got me talking about my Lions, man. I just start. My mind just checks out, dude. I see red, like you said.
So are we like PG-13 then?
I say we're PG-13.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm rocking with Dax Milne. Now that you said that, I'm backdooring all my homies. Saw them out.
No way.
He saw red.
You joking?
Man.
You team Dax?
Come on, man.
Hell no.
And he was a killer in college, too.
He was damn good in college.
Of course, Ty's fading me right now. I'm just talking about how much I like Zach Wilson.
No, I rock with Zach Wilson, too, because I used Zach Wilson in one of my Madden franchises. He was.
Did you?
He carried me to the playoffs.
Respect.
Him and Brees Hall.
Brees Hall, the running back?
Yeah.
He's a stud.
For sure.
Yeah, Brees Hall's legit.
But I rock with Dax Milne. I'm a snake, too. I'm backdooring all my homies. Don't trust me.
You really just breaking the bro code.
If you trust me, I'm telling you, you're going to get your heart broke.
That's good, dude. I just hope, like...
You hope I'm lying. I'm not.
No, that's not what I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you.
Oh, man.
I hope we get more to this story is what I meant. Like, I hope more comes out after this. Or, like, Zach was doing something even more devious, like, while the other shit was going on. Like, that would just make it even better.
He was, like, asking a bunch of... Because really, it really wasn't a big thing until it hit Twitter.
Oh, that's 90%
It's been on TikTok for days now.
It has. And did you see the video? The one dude supposedly had private messages like the DMs with Zach Wilson, like asking him to take down videos.
He said he took it down, and then when Zach Wilson unfollowed him, it made him mad.
He put it back up.
Yeah.
Absolute petty 100 move right there.
Yeah, he made another one where it also featured the old equipment manager commenting on Dax Milne's post. It was something about like, this relationship can last longer than your NFL career or something like that.
Are you serious? That actually happened?
Yeah, the old BYU equipment manager commented on Milne's post.
That is crazy. I did not hear that.
BYU is team Zach Wilson.
Yeah,
have they excommunicated Dax Milne?
Yeah. Dude, that is nuts. One of the better ones I saw was it had Mormon and it crossed it out. It said more moms. That's solid, dude.
That's good.
That was solid. That was solid. But let's talk about the Steelers' new stadium. Acrisure. Are we? I probably should check these pronunciations before we just start talking into a microphone. It's Acrisure. Acrisure Stadium. They have signed on to be the new, like, I don't know if you call that like a presenting sponsor or what, for this, what was formerly known as Heinz Field, for the next 15 years. So we're going to be potentially telling our kids about Acrisure Stadium.
No one cares.
Acrisure.
No one cares. It's just like when they said they were changing the name of the Staples Center. No one cares anymore.
That's very true.
People are still going to call it Heinz Field.
No one cares anymore that they're no longer Staples Stadium. Staples Stadium? Staples Center.
Yeah.
I'm tripping. Staples Center. Don't nobody care anymore.
Do you say that? Do you say that meaning that like people still call it Staples Center, or they say they moved on so quickly?
No, they don't care. Like in the moment, it's like, oh my God, you ripped my heart out.
Yeah.
And in a month, you won't hear about it anymore.
And people will just forget about it like that.
Jimmy gonna be on the podcast. Did you see that game at Acrisure Stadium?
Maybe I'll probably still call it Heinz Field because the reason why I'll probably still call it that, I was born in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Shout out
to the 412.
And you're gonna say something about Pops, I imagine.
Huh? Oh yeah, my dad also worked for Heinz Ketchup for 20 years. Shout out to Big Jim.
Yep. Shout out Big Jim, who is, by the way, is like, I was gonna say a bigger version of you, but you're a smaller version of him.
Yeah.
As far as just character goes.
Hence the Big Jim. All my like cousins and like aunts and uncles call me Little Jim.
Of course. Yeah. And just like I mean that not by namesake and just like personality, everything, just like persona.
Are you Jimmy Martin Jr.?
No, I'm the fourth actually. That's my Instagram is JMIV. Like all that. My Twitter is Jimmy Martin IV. Like it's 4.
It's legit, man. Lock in, Ty. We learn something new about this guy every day, huh?
I was almost George Noble the 4th.
You were what?
Almost George Noble the 4th.
Really?
The 5th, actually. My father's the 4th.
George Noble. That's a cool name. Noble.
George Noble the 5th.
That's something.
What a dude.
It passed on to my little brother.
Did it?
So he's George Noble the 5th. We call him Cinco.
That's kind of badass.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty badass.
That's pretty cool.
That's a dope full name and a dope nickname.
I might call my son that because he's gonna be the 5th.
Yeah, you call him Cinco.
I was actually saying that before, but
I inspired him.
No, yeah, okay. You're gonna ask other.
Shout out Cinco.
Shout out Cinco. Shout out to Cinco.
Shout out.
Shout out Cinco. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. But I bring it up too because Acrisure, they are a global insurance broker. They're based out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is kind of an interesting connection. Like why Pittsburgh,
Pennsylvania? Yeah.
Yeah, like why Pennsylvania? Like what is the the appeal? It's kind of interesting. They're a top 10 global insurance broker, it says, and the the president was talking about basically just that it was an opportunity that he couldn't pass up. It's just interesting. I didn't really understand everything that went around it. I wanted to see, there was a post from Heinz that I was gonna pull up, but it's whatever. They basically gave you like the basic bullshit of like, great partnership. Both of our organizations are going to benefit the greater Pittsburgh community and blah, 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 blah. We're proud to be. Yeah, exactly. So there's not like, outside of the actual like news of it, there's nothing really to report on it. That is kind of an interesting point that you bring up, Ty. Like, I wonder, let's like set a reminder like a month from now and see if anyone even cares. That'd be a great.
They won't.
No one will.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
Kobe, you're not going to care tomorrow. You don't even care now.
I'm from Detroit, so I don't care.
You don't care.
No. It's news, but I don't care. I'm talking like Pittsburgh, dude. I'm talking people that are actually like
they're not
Pittsburgh
gonna care.
No, Pittsburgh natives will care.
Yeah,
I promise you
think they will. Well, like,
but,
dude, like
no
think like
will.
Ford Field. I think that's another great example. Like if that got changed, like Ford is
people
a
be
Detroit,
up in arms.
That's what I'm saying. Like Ford is a Detroit company.
Oh yeah, it's Henry Ford. He's like
that's Detroit. That's Michigan. Yeah.
No, that's a big deal.
So like
that's a big deal.
I think that'd be pretty well, even to a greater scale. Like I think people would be pissed if that got
within the town, but like people outside of Pittsburgh, like I was saying, like
I can't wait till the Lakers and the Clippers play in the crypt.
In the crypt.
Yeah.
The crypto, is it crypto.com?
Crypto.com
It's
arena.
Crypto.com arena. That just rolls right off the tongue.
No one cares that it's no longer the Staples Center.
Crypto.com.
They don't care.
Would you like to make a trip down to the Crypto.com arena?
To watch a game between the Lakers and the Grizzlies.
Head down to the
No
crib.
one's going to care that you got to go to Agriculture Field to watch the Steelers play the Bengals. Just like if they change Ford Field to...
Don't even start speculating.
Progressive Field.
That's the Cleveland. That's the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, let's take.
I knew I saw that somewhere.
Guardians, by the way.
I play MLB. I knew I saw that field.
We might. I know we're PG-13 now, but we might have to take that out.
I gotta get canceled.
Aflac Dome.
Aflac Dome.
Ooh, isn't that one? Isn't that? I'm pretty sure that's another one too.
You'd be like, "Oh my God, no!"
not the Aflac Dome.
And then when we going to roll
That
around,
sounds corny as hell.
we're reporting live from the Aflac Dome. Where the Lions are going to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, you sad they lost their name, and you sad they lost the game before it started. But they got the most expensive offense, though.
That they do. We're going to see it. We're going to see why. Let's go. All right, let's do stats of the day first before we get into some college talk, huh? Who wants to go first? You want me to lead?
I got my phone. Yeah, go ahead, Kobe.
Yeah, I can lead here. So basically, we just want to put you, the audience, on to some stats. Right, these can be mine's from this season. These can be from anything. I had said football related. I think we'll expand to sports related because of that testicle stat. I think strictly because of that we'll expand to all type of sports. But we will keep it mostly football. Mine right here, and this is kind of a Lions connection, is a former Lion, Kenny Galladay. We know he didn't have the greatest season last year.
I may have seen this, but go ahead.
7 linemen scored more receiving touchdowns than Kenny Galladay this past season.
I saw that when I was just looking for my backup, and then my backup became my. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm gonna choose.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. That is really tough. Kenny Galladay's stats in this past season: 37 receptions, 520 receiving yards, and 0 touchdowns.
And they're paying him like $72 million too.
Yep, $72 million contract to be the New York Giants' #1 receiver. I mean, that's. Could you say if Kadarius Toney would he be their number 2?
He's not. Kadarius Toney is not the number 1.
Kadarius Toney saw the field for about 4 games last year.
Did he actually? From Florida, right?
He was hurt. He was banged up.
Was he hurt?
Dude, Kadarius Toney is really
Speaking
good.
of Florida, rep the jersey real quick.
Hey, Tebow.
Oh wait, Chip.
Shout out Tebow.
Oh wait, Chip.
Here we go. Let's look at some of these players though. There were 178 players that had more receiving touchdowns than Kenny Galladay. 7 were linemen. 6 of those playing on the offensive line, and one of them was their left tackle, Andrew Thomas, the Giants' left tackle. Had more receiving touchdowns. Sorry, not yards. More receiving touchdowns than Galladay. And it does say here, like, he only had 2 targets from inside the 10-yard line. So it was like an absolute non-threat in the red zone.
Yeah, but what's weird is
crazy.
I believe this is a fact. This is not my stat of the day, but 2 years ago, Kenny Galladay led the NFL in receiving touchdowns.
He damn near.
He did. Like,
he was a guy for us,
like,
too.
He was really, really good for the Lions.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, really good.
And like got opportunities in the red zone too, because we didn't really at the time we didn't really have a crazy red zone offense. We still don't, but like at the time we really were struggling in that part of the field. So they were throwing it up to those receivers and giving guys like Galladay, guys like Marvin Jones, like giving them chances to try and go make plays. Now you got a guy like Hawkinson who can make plays in that part.
Hawkinson's gonna have a really good year.
He has to.
He's gonna have a really, really.
We were talking about characters on.
That's
true. We were talking about characters on Hard Knocks though. Hawk's going to be, I think, a mainstay on Hard Knocks. And he's a personality.
Without question, yeah.
Absolute personality. I'm excited about that. But who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Jimmy's up.
So you guys are familiar with Dane Tomlinson. He plays running back.
Yep.
Okay.
I think I've heard of him.
In his career throwing the football, he went 8 for 12, 143 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 146.9 passer rating. So what kind of made me like think about this? So earlier we're at the field and we're like me and Tyshawn were like throwing the ball around. I'm like, hey Ty, like,
and I bet you said something about wanting to throw.
No, and I said like Tyshawn like was throwing like spirals. And I'm like, oh, I like that spiral, bro. And then I'm like, oh, did you like throw a couple of touchdowns in high school? He's like, yeah, I threw like a bomb, like whatever. And then I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna pull up a stat of like running backs who could like throw the football.
Yeah.
And LaDainian Tomlinson, lo and behold, is just sitting there. And another guy, Walter Payton, threw 9 receiving touchdowns as well, or not receiving, passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
But
damn,
running backs can sling it. So Kobe and Tyshawn.
LaDainian Thomas is my favorite running back of all time.
Yeah, LT is
a good pick. Yeah. It's a really good pick.
I used to have a statue of him.
You do?
I used to.
Really?
When I was a kid.
That's dope. All right. How many touchdowns have you thrown?
In high school, 1.
Just 1?
Yeah. Okay. But it was a bomb, though.
We're tied. I have 1 too.
Hey,
mine won the bomb though. Mine was a jump pass.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I threw a bomb.
You know, I played quarterback until high school. So
they wanted me to play quarterback when I got to high school, but I didn't want to play. I wanted to run the ball. I knew I wasn't going to play quarterback.
Yeah. But no, we ran the same play. It was like kind of a different version of power, right? And we ran it like I'm not exaggerating, probably 7 times in a row. And on the 8th play, instead of just running the ball, I just jumped and threw it to my tight end, and there was no one within 25 yards of him. It was hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Awesome. It was fun, dude. It was fun. That was the first time he scored a touchdown, too. I remember we were all freaking out. Like, one of those guys that, like, because we were really pretty young still, so, like, one of those gues, it was Jackson Whitaker, Dan, if you know
really?
Jack. Yeah.
I'm good friends with this brother.
Exactly, yeah. You played lax with him. So, or not, sorry. No, that's, I'm thinking, no.
Chase.
Yeah, Chase, sorry. But he does play lacrosse.
He didn't this year, but
he didn't.
No, I think he quit lacrosse. But we played
Shit,
football with him last year though.
That's right. Yeah, my bad. But yeah. So, but just one of those guys that like, you know, didn't see the end zone often. That was awesome. Like, the jump pass, the jump pass is legit, dude. Yeah, the jump pass is awesome. But sorry, I keep rambling. Ty, let's hear what you got.
The Indianapolis Colts went 9-8 this year, and in games that Jonathan Taylor didn't rush for over 100 yards, they went 0-7.
Yep. I saw that one too. That's crazy.
They went 9-8. Wow. In games that he didn't rush for 100 yards, they went 0-7.
You know what that means? That means Carson Wentz sucks.
That's a Carson
That
Wentz.
means they're looking for a quarterback. Yeah.
That means Carson Wentz is horrible. I'm not like he's awful.
The other stuff that I was gonna say though, it's crazy that you were just talking about Kenny Galladay not having any receiving touchdowns. In 2014, the Kansas City Chiefs entire receiving core didn't record a touchdown.
He added that. Wait, what?
The entire receiving core. There wasn't a single receiver who scored a receiving touchdown on the entire receiving core.
Okay, you're the roster guy. You're the resident roster guy. Who was part of that receiving core?
Like Dwayne Bowe.
Yeah.
I don't even know, dude.
Alex Smith was a quarterback.
Alex Smith was a quarterback.
Damn, that's a bad look for Alex, who was actually a pretty competent quarterback most years.
I think they had Travis Kelce,
They had a couple of decent tight ends.
I think they still had Shady McCoy.
No, they didn't have Shady McCoy.
No, they didn't have
Shady McCoy.
They might have Jamal. I think they had Jamal Charles.
That's what I meant.
They had Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they still made the playoffs, though.
No, they did. I think they did.
I think they still made the playoffs.
They lost to the Colts in that crazy game. It was like 45-44.
I can't pull games out of my memory bank like that.
At Lucas Oil Stadium. It was like a crazy game.
Yeah,
They were
because they were
up
up by like
38-7, and like they
in like the third quarter and choked.
And there's one play in particular. Andrew Luck fumbled the snap, picked it up, and he jumped over the goal line.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a sweet game. I don't know if it was
Oh no,
that
they
year,
didn't make the playoffs that year.
But I know that. But yeah, probably not that year. But that was a crazy game.
But yeah.
Colts Chiefs, like it was just unbelievable.
You never seen that game before?
Dude.
Maybe I'm not good with like pulling games out of
Nuts.
memory.
But
like
no,
that. Like,
Andrew
so-
Luck didn't fumble the snap. The running back
The
fumbled
running
the
back,
ball.
that's what it was like a fumble in the backfield, and like he picked it up and jumped. It was just
Badass.
it was remarkable.
The Chief, I've never seen so like you think the Falcons choking was bad. That was a
the 28-3. you
no.
mean?
That was a colossal choke.
Yeah.
really.
There's nothing worse than that.
That's a hot take, and that's one that I was telling to Jimmy before actually. That like our next kind of like piece, like this is a good one. I think our next one should be like not necessarily a hot take, but like an absolutely unruly take, like something that would get you just, you know what I mean? Like I think we all have those, and like because we all call each other out on those when we have those on the podcast, and I think we should start bringing some of those like prepared because I think those would be absolutely hilarious.
I kinda had
Jimmy,
one
I'm sure
stashed
Jimmy's
away.
got a laundry list.
I've had one stashed away for a while.
Well, hold on for now. We got to
okay.
give Dan his chance
Go
here,
ahead,
Dan,
go ahead,
with
Dan,
your,
go
with
ahead.
your other non-testicle related stat. I hope.
No, it's not related to that. But it's a big Cleveland Browns moment.
Okay.
So the Browns will be paying Baker Mayfield $588,235 week 1 for Baker to try and beat the Browns.
Yeah. is
Drew said
wild.
that last week.
Yeah, we had Carp on last week.
Carp
We
said that
talked
last
about
week.
that. Not to steal your thunder, but
No. Yeah, but that's
Still.
that's a crazy stat.
still
It's
an
crazy.
absolutely wild stat.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like just thinking of that is like it's almost like one of those. You always see it in baseball, right? Like
Yeah.
the teams that are paying players for like
Bobby Bonilla Day.
Bobby Bonilla Day
Every
is
July 1st.
a prime example of that. The dude's been getting paid. He's been broken off forever. It's like is it like
That's
a
hilarious.
million a year?
Yeah.
It's like 1.1 a year till
That's
like
awesome.
2039.
And like no one
so
really
funny.
does those type of contracts anymore. Like you don't see that as often. I don't know why they did in that day and age. I'm not really sure, but like the idea is absolutely hilarious. Like this dude just sits around. He hasn't been playing in the league for
years.
Yeah.
He's been years.
I
dude.
know, and he's still just getting paycheck after paycheck. It's fantastic. He's set for life.
Yeah, I mean that's how Deshaun Watson is going to be this year too.
That's very
so the Browns
true.
are going to be paying 2 quarterbacks to not even play for them this year.
Wow, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. And we were just talking about their backup situation. It was Jacoby Brissett, right?
Brissett
Yeah,
and Josh Dobbs, the old
Yep.
Pittsburgh player.
that's true. The old Pittsburgh guy. So
I think
Interesting.
Tyshawn said this last week. Jimmy G to the Cleveland might make sense. Like
it
for,
might. No,
for
it
a
might.
year,
It actually might.
for a year. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Golf to Cleveland will make sense because he's on his 5th year.
Yeah.
Or he's on like the last year of his extension or whatever.
Hold on, Jim. Yeah, hold on. We gotta. I had a couple other funny things that I wanted to pull up here. The one was Lamar Jackson's new Twitter header here, and I'll pull up his Twitter thing first, and then I'll make the picture bigger for the guys.
This is profile
that are
picture on
watching.
Instagram.
Is it right now?
Yeah.
The grill is?
Yeah.
No shit. And so I'll make it bigger in a second right here. But as the quarterback looks to sign a new deal, really right now is what he's trying to do. It's the grill is I need, and then it's the $. And that is hilarious. Classic Lamar, I think. That's just awesome, dude. I mean, how much do we think, like right now, if we're spitballing, what is Lamar's next contract look like?
Bigger than Deshaun Watson.
It's
I think
gotta
bigger
be
than Deshaun's?
bigger than
If
Deshaun.
I'm-
He'll have
if
the
I-
second
yeah.
You think so?
highest. He'll have
Go
the
ahead.
second biggest contract in NFL history
If I'm
behind Mahomes.
Behind Mahomes, which it won't crack that for sure.
Yeah,
But
and it'll be fully guaranteed, like Deshaun Watson.
here's the full size image now for those of y'all who wanted to see all that.
pretty
That
sweet.
is awesome.
Yeah, but if
dude.
I'm Baltimore, I'm giving him a king's ransom. I'm giving him like 10 years, like $350 million.
I think Ty
Lamar
makes a good
Jackson's a
point, though.
superstar. Like,
Yeah.
I love Lamar Jackson.
And I think Ty
I
makes
love
a good
Lamar.
point. Whoever's representing him, like, comes down and like when they go to the negotiations, they literally put on the papers and they're like, if you want this guy, like, you have to pay him according to the other deals that have been going on in the league. And like, do you value him more than Deshaun Watson?
like
Because if you didn't, you maybe should have gone and gotten Deshaun, right?
the Ravens are so upset with the Browns right now.
That's true because they're going to be the ones forcing to pay him more.
And really, the Ravens should have been paid him. They should have been got it done.
That's
they should
true.
have got it
This
done
should have
last
been. This should have
offseason.
been a while ago. And
As soon
what
as
do
he
they-
won
what
the
do they wait for?
MVP, they should have, because every offseason somebody's going to reset the market.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson has reset the market forever. Any all-pro quarterback will never sign for a contract that's not fully guaranteed. The entire $250 million is guaranteed.
Which still doesn't. It honestly just doesn't make sense to me how they can do that. It really doesn't, especially under the circumstances that he was coming off of. Right? It does not
Lamar
make
Jackson
sense.
is going to get a $300 million contract fully guaranteed.
Wow. We can start with a hot
I
take
said
segment
If he
right now.
doesn't,
But it's not.
if he doesn't get it
that's
from
not
Baltimore, he's
ridiculous.
going to get it from somebody else.
Yeah.
And they can let him play out the last year and then franchise tag him again. The longer they do that, the higher the asking price is going to go up.
Yeah, barring any like serious injuries, obviously, or anything like that.
If they were smart, they'd just chalk up $300 million right now.
just cough it up.
Because if
It makes it sound so easy.
who else is when Josh Allen re-signed, I think he already re-signed, but he can re-sign.
He did. Yeah, he did already. I believe.
Yeah.
I want to say he's got a new contract
Man, he can re-sign
again.
again.
Renegotiate that. Yeah.
Or whenever Kyler get his money, Kyler gonna get close to Deshaun money.
You really think so?
I wouldn't.
You
I-
cannot
I
let-
wouldn't say that, bro. I
Kyler's
wouldn't
good.
say that.
Kyler's
Colin
good.
Cowherd just put out a list of like his top 10 quarterbacks in the league, and he had him above a couple guys that I'd kind of questioned.
You cannot.
Well, was that the one that he also didn't have Lamar Jackson on?
No, I don't think that was Colin
No
Cowherd.
way. Did he not have?
That wasn't Colin Cowherd.
there
That
was
was like.
Pull it up.
There
Would
was
have been
an
like ESPN.
one.
It was
yeah.
ESPN. But like, how do you leave Lamar off of that?
That's
They
terrifying.
had Dak on there. Like, I think Lamar's way
That's
better
tough,
than Dak.
dude. That's
Lamar's
tough.
way
They,
better
they,
than
they
Dak.
had Joe Burrow at number 5 too, and like I love Joe Burrow, but he's
Or
not a top 5.
Joe
quarterback.
Burrow. When Joe Burrow's gonna sign a contract extension next year, he's gonna get more money than Deshaun Watson. If he takes the Bengals back to the
Absolutely
playoffs,
will. He absolutely.
I
will.
could see that. I could see that.
Kyler Murray's gonna get close to Deshaun Watson money. Like you cannot. They're not. Kyler's peoples are not gonna allow the Cardinals to not pay him accordingly. I saw that. That is so dumb.
We're pulling. Hey, we're
That's
pulling
so
up. Hold on,
dumb.
hold on. We've got the other video, or I shouldn't say video. The other little piece that I wanted us to react to today. Ty, why don't you tell us what's going on in this video?
Patrick Beverly started all of this, working out in the sand in Timberlands.
Did he actually?
Yeah, he did it a couple years ago.
This is a very Pat Bev thing to do, but this is not Pat Bev, as you'll see.
Melvin Gordon.
This is Melvin Gordon in the Timbs with. Is that a frick? Dude, is that a Nerf football? What is that?
Oh, it's a heavy ball.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a heavy
Okay, so
ball.
it makes a little more sense.
You're not getting better doing that.
Yeah, what type of advantage does he think he's getting by doing this in the sand with Timberland boots on?
You don't get any advantage. Working out in the sand is hard enough as it is. So then when you do that, you're not getting nothing out of it. That's like, I never played baseball before. That's like me giving you a 10-pound bat. You don't get no benefit out of that because you can't hit the ball for real.
What's funny that you say that actually is that people do warm up with heavier bats right
No, but
before
not,
they go to
but
hit.
not 10 pounds.
Not 10 pounds, but like people do have heavier bats.
Yeah,
the
for sure.
batter's
People
box.
have, right. That's the equivalent of me running in the sand.
Yeah, okay. Word. Yeah, true. That's a good analogy.
If you pick up a
Yeah.
25-pound bat that you can barely swing, look at him. He can barely move.
Yeah, no, he's not moving well at all, dude.
Look at that. He's not getting better doing that. Maybe muscle endurance, maybe.
I think a big part of being in the sand too is all about like foot and ankle mobility, right? Because it forces a lot of different muscles in your feet and your ankles and a lot of those like that parts of your lower body, your knees too, especially.
You're not getting
to
out of steel
move-
toes.
Exactly. To move around and contort into different ways that'll strengthen parts of your body that otherwise, like running on grass or on pavement or whatever, that wouldn't do that, right? You literally take all of that out when you throw some fat ass boots on and just start troughing around in the sand like this.
I hate that.
Do you think this is his idea, or is this the trainer that's telling him to?
It was
do this shit?
probably his idea.
You think so?
And then they had him record it so he can post it and go viral.
And here we are talking about it.
Hey, we talking about it. Maybe that's all he wanted.
Yeah.
You think so?
RB2 in Denver.
Yeah, of course. Javonte Williams, that's his job. I think so.
Really?
Javonte Williams is going like second round in fantasy football drafts this year.
That's bold.
Like they're thinking, like people are thinking very high.
Don't let
of him.
fantasy football
No, I'm just.
cloud your judgment.
No,
But Javonte Williams is RB1 though.
He's really
Okay.
really good.
You're still with
yeah,
you're still with
he
that.
is
I'm
RB1.
not, it's not clouding my job. I'm just pointing
Because
out the
Austin
fact.
Eckler going in the first round in fantasy football.
You're going like third or fourth overall.
Austin Eckler, a dog.
Austin Eckler, I can name
Eckler.
7 running backs
Dog.
right now better than Austin Eckler.
I'm not saying he's the best in the league. I'm just
but
saying
just for
he's
fantasy
a dog.
purposes, yeah.
And
That's what
I'm
I'm
pulling
saying.
for him. I love that dude.
For sure. But I'm
They
talking
say
about,
they say he might be the strongest pound for pound guy in the NFL.
I saw that though.
Yeah.
Like he squats like 700 pounds, benches like 500. It's
Just
crazy.
an absolute freak. And he plays like it. Like he's tough to tackle. I don't think he gets enough credit for that. He's tough to tackle. I don't know why you're squinting at me like that.
No.
Yeah, he is. His balance is incredible, and the way he's able to like shed
Yeah,
defenders.
Austin Eckler's a stud.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
He's
also
still squinting. Don't squint at
He's
me like
really
that.
really good.
Austin
he's
Eckler,
also a
all
top
right.
3 receiving back in the league.
Is he?
He's got to
Stat wise?
Yeah,
gotta
Austin
be.
Eckler's a reception.
That's why he's going up so high is because of these like
Because of the
PPR
multi.
drafts,
Well, you think
yeah.
about it, that is like what like
that's
Like a
why
dream fantasy running back, fully healthy, would be like a Christian McCaffrey or like Saquon's up there.
Alvin Kamara.
Kamara's up there. That's a big one. So like those guys that can get you points from all over the board, right? So I don't doubt it. Let's talk about Dante Moore. Deebo Samuel's, yeah, running back that can go catch. I see what you did there. Dante Moore, he's going to Oregon. We talked about it. He announced the decision Friday on SportsCenter. I want to talk about it, one, because we just talked about the Pac-12. Two, he's a Michigan kid. And three, it's just news. Like, it's just big news, I think. Pretty cool. Yeah, five-star quarterback. Number 2 ranked in his class, I believe. I'll pull up the article here and verify that. But that is big news for him. And right here, fellas, can he save the Pac-12? Probably not. There's no saving the Pac-12.
No,
but
the Pac-12's toast.
But yeah,
there's no saving any conferences. It's going to go to a conference-less schedule.
That's a bold take, but eventually it might happen. I say that jokingly, but like it is good to see that they can still actually garner the likes of recruits like him. Like that's a really big deal for them. He's 6'3", 200-pound quarterback. He's the number 3 ranked quarterback in the country for his class. And I will say too, that's a late commitment for somebody who's that highly ranked. He was only the second. He's the second to last uncommitted quarterback in ESPN's top 300 for that class, and he was the number 3rd in the country.
It's not crazy though, I guess, because you got to think about some people won't commit to a national signing day.
No, did you not just hear what I said?
He's going to college next year, and I understand that he's the second to last quarterback to commit. But I'm saying in terms of football, that's not that crazy. Because there are some people who won't commit until National Signing Day. There are some people who won't commit until after National Signing Day.
That's true.
So I guess
at our level, at our level, it's much more like that than at the Division I, though. I think they get rid of their scholarships so much sooner.
Not when you're a 5-star.
Fair.
When you're a 5-star
People
and the
make something happen.
3rd best player at your position, they're going to hold your scholarship and pray to God.
That's
Arch Manning
true. That's true.
next year could be, if we fast forward it to next year, right now today, and Arch Manning still hadn't signed, he'd still be able to go anywhere he wanted.
I think that's pretty okay to say that.
course,
Yeah. So you're saying there's exceptions. Yeah.
You think it's not?
No, I think you're right. I think you're spot on with that. And I was wondering too. We know about Oregon, man. Oregon and Nike, big time. And I just wanted to think, what do we think he's getting paid? This is a quote from him. He says, quote, "I know it's Nike and Phil Knight," which is like big Nike. And of course, there'll be big opportunities for NIL and to build my brand. I know it's going to be a great process, but as of now, we haven't talked anything much about that, is what he says. We haven't talked to anything much about that. You're the number 3 ranked quarterback in your class. You haven't talked any NIL deals? What do we think about that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my business.
He'll sign a deal with Nike.
That's what I'm saying.
He'll do something. Yeah.
This guy had offers from everywhere. You haven't talked to any NIL deals. You're just going to Oregon.
He'll sign a deal with Nike.
I bet he probably will too. Yeah.
But he hasn't talked anything much about it.
I mean, that's what everybody gonna say.
Yeah, it'll come.
That's just like the.
But why even hide it? Because that's illegal.
The Nico, I'm not even gonna butcher his last name.
Oh yeah, Tennessee.
He go to Long Beach Poly. He committed to Tennessee. They say he got like $8.5 million. They're not just making that. They're not just making that number up.
Oh,
Holy
no.
cow.
CJ Stroud just got a G-Wagon.
That's true. That's true.
How much do those things cost?
Like $300,000
Holy.
minimum.
Saban said like a month into NILs, Bryce Young had already made $1 million.
That's true. He had said that one of his quarterbacks was in 7 figures. Yeah, he didn't say. I don't think he technically said his name,
Well,
but
he didn't have to.
everyone just assumed. Yeah,
that was
exactly. He
personal.
didn't have to.
The number 2
Are
quarterback.
you talking about the 5th year senior? Made $1 million in NIL. Yeah, sure, Jacob Letterman.
Maybe it was, man. Maybe he just had a late run and just something about him. They just a marketing genius.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
Yeah, maybe he's got a real good degree.
Yeah, that's what it is. The school. That's what does it.
Yeah, because people are definitely going to Alabama for an education.
Another thing.
Butchering my words.
Another thing I thought was interesting. He had talked about calling Coach Dillingham and said he asked Coach if they were joining the Big Ten, and Coach Dillingham's response, the head coach from Oregon, said, "I don't know." It was kind of interesting because then I read later on that per a source inside the Pac-12, it said, inside the Big Ten, that USC and UCLA were the only schools positioned to be considered by the Big Ten at any point. The two new additions, especially USC, revitalized Big Ten energy around longtime expansion target Notre Dame, who is a top rival of USC. But the Big Ten is now in a pause period, according to said source, who added it's not open season. So not only is Oregon not in the Big Ten, it doesn't even sound like, at least per this person who has some type of involvement in the Big Ten, they weren't even a target of the Big Ten.
That's a lie.
You think so?
That's cap. It came out. Oregon was the first team to try to get into the Big Ten.
Yeah, they were talking about
Couple
Oregon
months ago.
and Washington thinking about joining. Well, also Phil Knight said that. I'm pretty sure he said that he wanted Oregon to go to Big Ten. You know, that's a lot of money for that conference. So
then if all that happened, why weren't they the ones to go? Because the vote for USC and UCLA was unanimous by Big Ten. We know that already. It's been released. So why, if we're doing that already, then why wasn't that the case?
bigger name, bigger market.
I
Probably.
can't tell you why they didn't make it.
Yeah.
But Oregon was the first team linked to I think it was before the college football season had even ended. Like we was in like bowl season or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were like the first team. And you're not going to find it now because so much Oregon Big Ten. But I remember seeing it. Oregon was the first team considered to go to the Big Ten. And then I just don't think when you get it's the power of LA, truthfully, why they let USC and UCLA in.
Attaboy.
But to me, I feel like you don't need Rutgers.
Damn. You're not wrong, but damn.
If you were the
get, like,
Big
the
Ten,
New York City because it's in like right by
Because,
New
well,
Jersey.
think about
Rutgers not pulling
listen,
anything for the Big Ten.
Think about when Rutgers and Maryland were added to the Big Ten, though. This is before any of this super conference shit was even being talked about, right? The Big Ten still had a relatively smart geographic footprint.
For sure.
Right? The location still made sense for Rutgers and Maryland to actually be a part of it.
Yeah.
And also, like, you have to
Go
remember,
play
like,
in the ACC.
what's that?
Go play in the ACC. Send them both.
Now that might actually be the case. But also to remember, too, like, this is more than just football. Like, those schools also brought over a lot of other sports. They compete in other sports. They're high level at other sports, right, than just football. And they've both struggled at football. We know that since joining the conference. But
Hey, they're both
they
getting
do
better,
bring
though.
they are. Yeah, they've definitely improved since they've gotten into the league. And they do bring, like, other, you know what I mean? It's not just football. They bring
Maryland's
the
really good at
conference.
basketball.
It's a
Solid program.
It's a lie because Oregon beat the Big Ten's top dog in their house.
That is what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
Thank you for
that's
bringing
true.
that up
Yeah,
because
very
that is
true.
that's a great point. That is a
They
great
beat
point.
their Great Dane in their house.
I love that. I love that.
But
That's
also,
perfect.
Ohio State beat the team that beat Oregon too,
Who?
Utah. So it's like a little love triangle going on between those three teams beating each other.
I don't mean nothing.
Yeah, if you do play the who beat who game, you can go down not even a rabbit hole. That's a bigger hole than that. You can
Or
go
is it
down
like
something.
I could say-
transitive property or something.
I just go find whatever garbage team beat the Warriors and
Exactly,
be like,
and
they
then
should have
just-
won the finals. They beat the Warriors by 20
That's
this
what I'm saying.
night.
You can't really play that game. It's interesting, but Dante Moore had talked about going into the season, he had gone in and saying, like, he basically said, like, I want to compete for a starting job, like, right away, is what Dante Moore said. And we do remember who is now at Oregon?
Bo Nix, well, this is last year.
Yeah, it is. But
They don't even know if he's going to start this year.
are you serious? Is
Oh,
that a
God.
real thing?
Yeah, on God.
Who would be their guy?
Whoever in front of him. And I don't lie on God.
But you don't know who's in front of him, but you don't know.
I promise you, I saw the report. It's not a lock that Bo Nix is going to start this year.
Okay, but then, like, we say that, like, Baker's going to Carolina and it's going to be a quarterback
No.
competition.
That's the NFL.
True. That's different.
Bo Nix transferred to.
Yeah, go ahead, pull it up. I was curious about that because we hadn't really talked about Bo Nix too much. I got a few guys that are big Bo Nix fans, and I don't know. He hasn't done too much. He's a gamer, right? Like, he's a gamer, but I don't know if he's the guy per se.
Nah, he's a big moment guy. Like,
Yeah.
When he walks into Alabama, you know it's gonna be a good game between Auburn and Alabama.
Feeds off that energy
But
type
like
of deal.
he'll walk into that game 6-6. You know?
You're not, you're not wrong at
nothing
all.
special.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's that rivalry game, and he walks in and he goes up put 42 in Alabama and beat them 42-38.
Yeah.
Like,
it's crazy. But Ty, did you find what you're looking for?
I'm going to find it. Just let me search.
All right, I can bullshit for a little longer. Otherwise, man, we got GLIAC Media Day coming up.
Ooh,
Football Media Day later this month.
Coach Nystrom's got to be so excited for that.
Coach Nystrom doesn't do any type of media. We love Coach Nystrom, but he does not love media.
Really?
No.
Seriously?
You don't think so?
He tweets like every day.
We did actually get him on Twitter now. You know that?
No, yeah. No, I'm completely kidding.
I know.
I hope
you.
Coach hears it.
I
He's
know
not
you.
going to see this, but
I know he won't. I know, and I want to get him on here. By the way, it'd be fun as hell.
Oh
to have him
my
on the couch
god,
in here.
that'd be awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. We gotta get like other guys, I think, other coaches like JT or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, we will for
Bobby.
sure. We will for
Could
sure.
you imagine Bobby on the pod, dude?
It'll be funny.
Bobby J. Oh, Bobby J's gotta come on.
Yeah,
dude.
there'd be some great stories.
He'd walk down and he'd be
between
like,
those guys.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
Now that we PG-13, we can have Bobby on the pod.
Exactly.
What are you saying, Ty? You got something?
They got Ty Thompson. He's a 5-star.
Ty Thompson. What year is Ty Thompson?
He was just a
Ty
freshman
King.
last year.
Oh, okay.
That's why they
So
saying,
before
like,
Bo, it would have been his job then.
no, even afterwards.
That's what I'm saying. Like he would have been like a lock before they knew the whole
Yeah,
whole
for
thing.
sure.
Was
He'd
going on.
have been a lock to
Yeah.
be a starter.
Okay.
But even then, I wouldn't put it like. I'm not impressed with Bo Nix.
Yeah, that's what Dan and I were just kind of saying. You don't know like if that's if he's a legit contender for that spot. But otherwise, fellas, I was gonna say a relatively quick pod, right at 50 minutes. Like we still got a good. This clipped along really nice.
Oh,
Though.
it was very nice.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
So how was it? Is this your first time on the pod?
Oh yeah. You know, Kobe never invited me.
The inaugural-
back in
their
day when we were in
inaugural-
Lake Orion together. So all it took was us both moving 6 hours north to get on it.
Hey, you're here now though. Hey,
You know what's more
Yeah.
important?
yeah, there you go.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Damn it, you're here
The
now.
present is the only thing that matters.
Yeah, he had Jackson Pruitt on before me. A little upset about that one.
Who's
but
that?
He was
Like Orange?
He's my guy. He's from Castech though. I do like Jackson. He's my guy. Yep.
Oh, the Temple kid. I remember that
Temple
clip. I know
kid.
that clip. Yeah, okay.
yeah, Temple
cool.
kid. So shout out Jackson.
Cool,
Otherwise,
cool.
that's all I got, fellas. I think I don't have anything else on the old rundown. Pretty good one. We already got Melvin Gordon running around like a dumbass in the sand.
Just terrible. Wear your Timbs to the sand.
I don't even
Wednesday,
own
yeah,
Timbs.
yeah.
I don't
I
know.
got some
I know
Timbs.
you got some work boots. Wear your work boots to the beach.
I have like a
on
pair of
Wednesday.
like hiking boots.
Go ahead,
That's
wear
about
them.
it.
Wear them just for the warm up. If I had some boots, I'll wear them with you. But I don't got no boots. All I got is Uggs.
I ain't put no boots on for the sand, dude. I let the dogs out. You can't even see on the camera. I got the dogs out right now. I'd be hiding them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
I got the dog. I probably have the dogs out on like half the episodes we have, but
I believe you.
I got the camera's position. You can't even see the dogs. Shit.
Yeah, he's saving y'all.
Hey, shout out Summit Street. Just moved into my new house. My bed's coming tomorrow. I've been sleeping on an air mattress. Shout out to 322 Summit.
You're gonna out? Are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm
You're
2 doors down from John and Antonio.
Okay,
2 doors down.
we're gonna just
yeah.
put addresses out.
Hey,
on
yo,
the
hey,
podcast now,
yeah,
huh?
come find me. Everybody, come over.
We are 52 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah, I
so
don't think
somebody
anyone's
makes it
gonna
this
hear
far.
this, but
Yeah.
either way, hey, pull up. I dare you.
Hey, if you
I
want
dare
to
you.
come to Kobe's house, it's at.
Nice to see you guys.
I'm
Thank
just
you,
kidding.
Division I Rejects. That'd be all.